Well, the other big story today has been the heavy rain in Tamil Nadu, one which has literally drowned out one of India's biggest cities, Chennai. My colleague Uma Sudhir and Sam Daniel join us from Chennai tonight, where Uma, the Chief Minister, has announced 500 crores for relief and has also asked for the army to come in.
Yes, indeed, Nidhi. The developments over the last 3 to 4 days have been quite worrisome for people in Chennai who have, in fact, in the past seen heavy rains. But this time round, the rains lashing, battering Chennai and north coastal Tamil Nadu for 3 to 4 days continuously, and in fact in the last 24 hours 24 to 30 centimeters of rain. That's really quite unprecedented, and that's the reason why, even though there are no winds, we are seeing several areas that are flooded, and people have been worried about what happens next. And that's the reason why they are really thinking about what kind of measures the government is going to take. Jayalalitha knows that there has been criticism coming in about food and relief not reaching many places, about areas not having proper drainage, because of which even the smallest of rains perhaps is ending up flooding many of these areas. Anirudh, you were saying that it was very difficult for you to in fact go around. Last 3-4 days have been very difficult for Chennaiites.
Yeah, last 3-4 days have been very difficult. It is kind of, they've also opened this Chambarambakam lake here, so it is kind of difficult for people who are, especially for people who are staying nearby that. And as you said, transportation has been hit, and
you were telling me that social media, even I have been seeing on WhatsApp messages, people are very usefully sharing information that is around, in fact, telling people to avoid particular roads. You were telling me you're just half a kilometer away, but you're taking multiple diversions to reach your home.
it kind of became difficult, especially in the morning today. I was dropping my mother and to office, so I had to take multiple diversions because of this inundation. But social media definitely is playing a role. We got a lot of messages or a lot of kind of useful information through social media. So
social media being very, very useful in such a critical time. In fact, I'm also joined by Sam Daniel, who has been in fact touring all the areas that are flooded. NDRF also stepping in the Tambaram area to airlift several people. Sam, in the area that you are, Velacheri, Tambaram, the IT corridor, that area has been flooded. I know of, in fact, several people have been leaving their homes and going away to other areas because the roads have been flooded and there is no way they can reach shops or other essential items.
That's right, Uma. In fact, I come to you from the Velacheri Tambaram highway, a busy sector on the IT corridor, but the flooding continues even after 12 hours, and vehicles, it's not easy for them to really pass through this way, and several hundred vehicles have got stranded. They have engines stopped, and two-wheelers it's a nightmare for commuters in particular. But officials say they're doing their best, pumping out water, providing food packets, and also evacuating people wherever required. Let's speak to some of the people here who are badly affected here. You said it's a complete disaster.
Yeah, it's obviously a disaster because if you see, like this particular road, as you mentioned, it's one of the major IT corridor road, and most of the people who pass by, they go to OMR and...
Is the corporation prepared for this kind of a thing? Do we have the infrastructure for pumping out water to...
I don't think so, it's yes, because this particular thing, always whenever you get a heavy rain, this area is one of the busiest area, and no action has been taken so far. Because as some few politicians has mentioned before, the Chennai is supposed to be a brain-free area. It means they have to have a proper drainage and everything. And quite recently there was a news which was come out saying that there was 500 crores which was been allocated for the drainage system. But I don't think so.
IT corridor, no proper stormwater drains. That's unacceptable.
That's right, yeah.
Right. Your car is struck now. Tell us the kind of hardship you suffered the whole day today.
Yeah, I started at 3 o'clock, but still I'm just near this area because I about entered into my engine.
Right.
So still I don't get any rescue people.
Right.
So but the public is supporting as well for rescuing our vehicles and the people over here.
Right. So the nightmare continues for people here, for the commuters on this highway. But here is a story that gives you a sense of the flood situation in Chennai and how people living in low-lying areas and closer to water bodies suffer because of this heavy rain. These were actually streets, but now you see water from the breach tank has completely inundated. Many blame it on successive state governments because they shouldn't have allowed the construction to take place in the marshland.
Many lakes overflowed, and the result, water entered hundreds of houses built on the Pallikaranai marshland in South Chennai and elsewhere. The city corporation deployed boats to rescue those who needed help. These constructions, obviously in unsafe areas, were originally illegal until successive state governments regularized them. Chennai flooded in many pockets after 31 centimeters of rain pounded the city from Sunday night. People wading through water that was sometimes knee-deep and sometimes waist-deep. In most areas, stormwater drains didn't just do their work of taking the water away.
I come to you from the Velachery Tambram highway, a 4-lane road which would be normally busy, but today it's completely choked with water, completely inundated with water.
We find it more difficult. We can't able to come out. The basic things which are all flooded in the water.
More than 70 people have died in the rains over the last 6 days. Chief Minister Jayalalitha made a statement that losses were unavoidable during very heavy rains, and this came for criticism by the opposition.
அரசியலுக்காக வேற யார் என்ன வேணாலும் பண்ணலாம். இதை அரசியல் பண்றாங்க. ஆனால் துறைத்துறை அம்மா முதலமைச்சர் போர்க்கால நடவடிக்கை நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அனைத்து மெஷினரிகள் இன்றைக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்னைக்கு மெட்ரோ வாட்டர் சென்னை மாநகராட்சி எல்லாம் இணைந்து சிறப்பான முறையில் பணியாற்றிருக்காங்க.
As the state grapples with very heavy rains, soon there could be relief for Tamil Nadu, as the low-pressure trough, Met Office says, is moving towards coastal Andhra.
It may take a long time, many weeks or even a couple of months for these people to see their areas, the areas around them get dry. Near Pallikaranai with camera person Edwin, Sam Daniel, NDTV. At this point, some breather in Chennai, no rain, and people here are praying rain gods that they would be kind. Uma, it's back to you now.
Yes, indeed, Sam. While the main roads seem to be clear and the traffic is moving, but in several interior areas, we are seeing areas that are flooded. In fact, this area, if I may just show very shortly, that area is completely flooded, and those are the areas that perhaps the relief agencies will be working on. We are now joined by Mr. O.P. Singh, Director General of the National Disaster Rescue Force. Sir, thank you for joining us. The Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, of course, has sought your help, and today you have carried out some evacuations in the Tambaram area that seems to be flooded. What is the challenge that lies ahead? Several areas, we are told 250 areas still remain flooded.
Yeah, that's true. For the last so many days, the unprecedented rain has flooded the entire area. The most important challenge is that the people are not being evacuated. The people don't want to get evacuated. So my boys are doing that job. They are going to each and every house. They are trying to placate them, trying to put them into the boat and taking them to the shelter homes or the designated places. In such situations, the most important challenge is the road connectivity. In most of the cases, we have found that the roads are totally flooded, and because of the disruption in power, the water supply is not there. So we are also assisting that state administration in distribution of water bottles as well as the food items. So these are few challenges, but we have already deployed 11 teams in all over the state, and we are trying to rush few more teams to Tamram area where the flood is very acute and very grim.
One, of course, is Chennai city itself, Tambaram, one of the outlying areas of Chennai city. What about the other north coastal districts? Are we seeing flooded villages being marooned? Have you got reports from those areas? Have you had any aerial sorties, sir, to know what the situation is in the other coastal districts that have also been battered by rain in the last few days?
Look, the north part of Tamil Nadu has been flooded. We have been getting reports, but of late we have found that the rains have stopped, only the drizzling is taking place. That's a good sign. But at the same time, the meteorological department has informed us that it has moved towards north. So we are now concentrating more on the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema regions and all that. So we have deployed 3 more teams in Chittoor and in some other places. So Andhra Pradesh is going to be the hotbed now, because in another 48 hours, maybe the concentration is more on the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, indeed. The Met Department has reported that the more affected areas now could be Andhra Pradesh and moving away from the Tamil Nadu coast. That is some relief, of course, for people living in Chennai and in the north coastal districts of Tamil Nadu. But with flooding still in several areas, of course, people being marooned and health hazards, of course, remains another big challenge. As you are mentioning, sir, that people are not willing to come out of their homes. Are we to say now that the dangers per se have gone away, loss of life per se we may not now need to apprehend, or do you think you will have to even now rescue some people through aerial sorties? Is that kind of a situation still prevailing in those outlying areas like Tambaram, sir?
We have already, the NDRF teams have already rescued 345 people so far. And all those areas which are totally inundated, they have the buildings in the low-lying areas, and the people are either on the first floor or on the top floor. They feel more safe there. So maybe because of that they are not coming out. But I think eventually they'll come out, because even the water is receding. So I think the evacuation wouldn't be any problem, and a lot of people have been evacuated. They have gone to the designated area, the shelter homes and all that. So what I find is that evacuation is not going to be a big problem. The main problem would be how to distribute relief materials, maybe in days to come. The water scarcity could be there, or the power situation should improve. So all these factors will have to be taken into account.
Yes, indeed, sir. Thank you so much for joining us with those details. As Mr. O.P. Singh was mentioning, yes, even in the area where we are, in fact, the power has not been here for at least the last 12 hours, and that's because they apprehend that there could be electric wires that are broken, and that could result in lives being put at hazard, and that's the reason why the power has been taken off. Relief material is being dropped in certain areas where there is a demand for it, people not wanting to leave their homes. The challenge now for the administration is going to be to ensure that the deflooding happens at a very fast pace and ensure that the waterborne diseases don't take root here.